Let me tell you a story. It starts on a road. Not just any road, but one like the kind you might take late at night, driving home from work. Lights flickering, maybe a little too quiet. That kind of road. Back then, it was the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. Dusty, dangerous, winding through hills where bandits waited for anyone traveling alone. And that's exactly what happened. A man, just an ordinary man, was walking that road. And out of nowhere, he was attacked, jumped, robbed, beaten so badly he was left lying in the dirt, half dead. Now here's where the story turns. A priest came walking down that same road, a respected man, known for being close to God. He saw the injured man, but crossed to the other side, kept walking. Maybe he was busy, maybe he didn't want to get involved, we don't know. Then another man came, someone who worked at the temple, also respected, also religious. He saw the man lying there too, but just like the first, he stepped around him and moved on. Imagine being that man in the dirt, beaten, bleeding, alone, and two people who should help, walk past like you're invisible, but then, someone else comes. A Samaritan. Now that name doesn't mean much to us today. But back then, Samaritans and Jews didn't get along. Think of the deepest cultural or racial tension you can imagine. This was that kind of division. So when Jesus said a Samaritan was the one who stopped, people listening would have been shocked. But this man, this outsider, stopped. He saw the broken man and something inside him moved. He felt something. Compassion. He cleaned the wounds, bandaged them, lifted him up, set him on his own donkey, his own vehicle you could say, and brought him to the nearest inn. He didn't just drop him off either, he stayed with him, through the night. And in the morning he paid the innkeeper out of his own pocket, told him, take care of him, and if it costs more, I'll cover it when I return. No cameras, no applause, no reward, just one person choosing kindness when others chose convenience. And after telling that story, Jesus asked one question, who was the neighbor? The answer's simple, the one who showed mercy, and Jesus said, go and do the same. You know, it's easy to talk about love, but it's so much harder to actually cross the street for someone who's hurting. Sometimes your neighbor isn't the person who looks like you, or believes like you, or even lives in your neighborhood. Sometimes, your neighbor is just the stranger on the side of the road, the person the world just passes by. The one you feel a little nudge to stop for, but honestly you don't always know if you should. But what if you did? What if, this week, you looked for someone who needed help, and chose compassion over comfort? No spotlight, no pressure, just heart. Because maybe being a neighbor starts with seeing someone as worth stopping for. Who is your neighbor? If this story spoke to you, there's more where that came from. Subscribe for more Bible stories told with heart and clarity.